in your hands there, Chris, is the guitar which probably started this whole Unsung Hero Guitars thing for me. Just a little backstory. I got that in, I think it was September 2013.
Okay.
At the time I had a Music Man JP6, which is an awesome instrument, probably one of the, if not the best instrument I've ever owned. But I got that secondhand because 10 years previously I'd had another gold top with P90s, the 56 gold top. And I used that for about a couple of years, I think, and always remember it being fun. I mean, I wasn't so much into the technicalities of what went into making a good guitar at that point, but always remember it being good fun. So I picked that up on eBay and just thought, I wonder. And when it arrived, I was just so taken by its potential and how much fun it was. Again, it's you put a strap on it, put it around your neck, hit an open E, and it's just heaven. You know, it's Les Paul heaven. And I remember that feeling really distinctly, and so much so that it became my gigging guitar, and the JP6 just sat in a case. And I'm not saying all of a sudden the Epiphone was a better guitar, because that's a ridiculous thing, but did I feel cooler? I don't know, but whatever it was, it worked.
Yes,
you know?
Of course. Totally my fault, Clive.
That's all right.
I hit the guitar too hard. That's just for the camera. You might want to keep that in.
It was built at the Unsung factory in Korea. And when I started to get into all right, well, let's get guitars, let's make them better. You know, one thing led to another, an Unsung Hero guitar. So the hero thing isn't about me. It's about the guitars, how good they are, you know. And I'm not just saying Epiphone in that. I'm saying, you know, any sort of entry-level guitar can be great.
But you've also made my really expensive guitars better as well.
Yeah,
so it doesn't just apply to...
No, absolutely. Yeah. So, you know, that was the premise behind the whole Unsung Hero Guitars thing. And that's no longer stock by any stretch of the imagination. It used to be, it was originally a 2003 classic model, so it would have had cream pickup surrounds, that sort of stuff, and it didn't have the Bonamassa sort of inspired styling that it's got now. Again, that's had a full refret very recently, actually. That was a recent addition, again, me spoiling myself. Evo Gold frets, yet again, I'm a huge fan. Tuscan Nut. It's actually got PRS, what are they, 8515 pickups? Yeah. Pickups that you can't buy off the shelf, second-hand. They come on a very expensive sort of private stock model. And I had a client who very kindly gifted me a set.
Wow.
He said it would go well in your gold top. So I did get around to fitting them, and I do like them. So it's a guitar that I will never part with. I'll never part with that guitar. The JP6 is long since gone.
Mm-hmm. Do you miss it?
No, I don't. I don't. It's an awesome guitar, but then I'm very fortunate to get my hands on guitars like that quite often.
Yeah.
So I don't miss it in that sense. If I never saw one again, that would be a bad day. But, you know, from a personal playing point of view,
You'd miss this more.
I would, and it's the sentimentality behind it. You know, it's what started this whole thing. Now when you've been here before, you've said that a Les Paul isn't what you would gravitate to normally.
No,
so again, this is the first time you've had your hands on my guitar.
Yeah, I've seen, like, this has been like your background for your website and your Facebook page, hasn't it? Like, my initial impressions are just how solid it feels.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's. I can feel like the weight of it pushing down in the seat, and it feels such good quality. That's the first thing. The second thing is,
which you wouldn't normally associate with a Korean, Chinese, that Asian-made guitar. You wouldn't necessarily feel like great quality.
You get kind of like. I mean, the other thing as well is, and forgive me if I'm going a bit off topic. I know that there's so many kind of like fake guitars that you see, right? Yeah. And I think they sully the image of the proper. They do. Ones.
Well, I've done a whole video on that very issue.
I see. Okay. I know, I have seen it, but really good quality. In the little unaccompanied playing, which won't win a Grammy, but how long that chord rang for, and we did the kind of Spinal Tap. You could go and get a bite to eat and all that kind of stuff. But it was really ringing strong. I noticed that the different, because again, it's because I'm not a Les Paul player. I can feel the scale length is different, and the bending I had to adjust to. Yeah. But nothing out of the question really. The pickups were great. I don't know what PRS that they normally come in. I have heard of the 8515.
I wish I could tell you. I just think it's private stock, high-end stuff.
I'm not entirely sure. But I have got some questions for you, Clive.
Yeah.
When you have done this, did you replace the tailpiece?
Well, that's The tailpiece is stock. The bridge is actually got piezo saddles in it. Again, for when I was playing live, it was just convenient to have an acoustic sounding-ish guitar that touch, flick of a switch, if you like. So that's there out of convenience. Now I don't play live so much. I'm probably going to go back to. I'm going to put a Gotto version on there. It might feel a little more solid. Not that that's flaky, but the saddles are hollow, and I can kind of hear the hollowness.
Or you maybe feel it, or
somehow.
So have you changed the tuners?
No, they're stock, but the buttons are actually different. I put Keystone.
Well, so it came with Grovers on.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't aware of that. It again. Spoiler alert! Exactly like the pimped out Strat. This isn't me being lazy or Clive, but we didn't tune it beforehand.
No, and again, it's another one that's come out of the case.
Really, really well in tune, and to me as well. Because you do set guitars up really nicely, that's testament to how well the guitar's set up. I would have absolutely no problems gigging with this guitar.
Yeah.
Okay. There are some things unique to it that I would need to adjust to, like the access for me is a little bit tough, and no more phone calls. The action would take the higher access to the upper frets would take a little bit of getting used to. But again, they're just little stylistic things that would be easy to do. Have you changed the paint job on it?
No, that's completely stock.
Because it looks really good.
Yeah, that's the thing with Epiphone guitars. I'll pick a new one off the shelf, and pull it to pieces for its low end circuitry and the fretwork. Which is, it's just characteristic of an inexpensive guitar. They press them in, and there's no finesse, and time and attention. They put it into a different price bracket, obviously. So I would criticise a new Epiphone freely, but never the finish.
No, I've seen a few. I've probably talked about it before when we did the last ones. The finish is awesome, but it would be really, really interesting. There probably isn't a comparable on-the-shelf guitar you could compare this to, because it's kind of like a hybrid of so many different things.
Yeah.
But all those things added together, it makes for a really good guitar.
Sure.
I'm going to be really interested to see how it sounds clean in a minute, because we haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
But man, great, killer.
So you've had a good play on my guitar, and I got to say it's a real treat for me to watch someone else and hear someone else play my guitar. You know, that's nice. Someone with slightly higher levels of ability as well.
Just different, I think.
Well, it's, you know, you're just being polite now.
That's very kind.
It's only because lunchtime's coming, and you're particularly hungry. But so I mean, you know, you've played several tracks, several little bits and pieces.
Yep.
You've already said it's solid, feels good, and all that. And even though it may not be your kind of guitar, have you warmed to it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, I mean, I'm partly, there's nothing with like the intrinsic setup of the guitar that I would change. Okay, it would just be things like, because I don't play a Les Paul regularly, I don't know which one's tone and which one's volume. It's like silly little things which maybe I should know, but I don't.
Yeah.
And just like a little things like, again, up here, again, they're just things I need to get used to. And I mean, I need to own the fact that being recorded and being on video, it feels a lot different playing the guitar.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the heat's really on.
Sure.
So you might argue no better environment to get used to a guitar as well. But as I've said this before, I would happily gig with any guitar that I've played today so far.
One of the things that I've often said to a few of my clients, particularly when they sort of want to go and upgrade an entry-level guitar, they say, will it make much of a difference? And yes, it will make a difference.
It's huge, yeah.
But, you know, some of it is very subtle, some of it's very personal as well. But a line I've often sort of extended to people is that, you know, I could do a guitar, even if you're a beginner, I could upgrade your Epiphone, for the sake of argument, or Fender Mexican, to the point where, yes, you, as a beginner, may not necessarily know all the different ins and outs and intricacies, but you would appreciate the difference. But I would stand on the side of any stage in the world and hand it to a star about to walk on and say, play that, you'll enjoy it, you know, because, and you've sort of reiterated the same sort of thing.
Yes.
You know, it's a guitar you would happily go and gig with, even though you're not necessarily that familiar with it.
I would absolutely do that. That was the Paizo coming on there. Apologies. Yeah, 100%. I mean, and the other great, the fact that it stayed in tune is a real plus side. But again, it's also testament to the way that you set up guitars as well, which I think is an important thing to remind people of, and not just the changing of the pickups or the electronics, but the actual playability of the guitar. Because even if it had no pickups in, it would still play well. Yeah, it just wouldn't sound very good. So that's what it's all about. But no, lovely. I have a question for you.
Hit me.
So let's say I had a guitar that I wasn't, for whatever reason, happy with. I just couldn't put my finger on it. Okay, and I wanted you to address it. What are the steps that we would go through to get that done? What would you do?
Well, the way it usually runs is it would be an email or a message on Facebook to open the conversation.
Yep.
Which can lead into telephone calls if need be,
Yep.
which is often a good way. Or someone will come to the workshop and bring me their guitar and sort of explain what's what. But in general, I've done enough now to know that when someone sends me a message and just says, "Oh, I got a guitar," and I sort of bend towards the top end and it just chokes out, there's no life. I don't necessarily need to see that guitar in person before I can say, "Look, I can sort that out. I know what it is." So, and any good tech will say the same. But so there are no problems that sort of can't be overcome unless it's inherently busted into 3 pieces. But even then,
sure,
we can have a go. But
what about in terms of would you ask, like, what are you looking for? What kind of style do you play?
Absolutely.
Those kind of things.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, any good guitar tech would do the same. It's not about me saying, "Well, I'm going to impose my will on you. You're going to have it the way I like it."
Fantastic.
But it's all about the client's wants and needs. And I'll set up a guitar. I had this just yesterday actually. I sent a 335 back to a client. He was super chuffed, but he said, "Oh, I adjusted the action to suit me," which is almost apologise for doing so, which is no problem. It's his guitar, had to have it the way he's used to it.
Yep.
But the point was that the guitar was now to such a point where he could do whatever setup he wanted, and there wouldn't be any roadblocks.
Sure.
That would be wrong with the guitar, like the frets all over the place, whatever. There'd be nothing in the way, of him doing exactly his way. So, that's one of the things I'm so hot on is not just saying this is what I do, and you're going to like it.
Sure.
It's about you, and it's probably maybe not by design, but just by natural process and evolution. One of the things I've discovered is people really enjoy the experience of sending a guitar to me for some work. They enjoy the initial interaction and then the constant sort of updates and photographs, which I can't help. I just can't help but do it. It's an affliction. Constant updates, photographs. They feel like they're on the journey. They don't just get to the end of it and say, "Here's your guitar, here's the bill." They feel like part of it all.
Basically, if you want something done, give your boy Clive a ring and he'll hook you up. It's as easy as that.